Good morning, class. All right, before we start, let us all stand and feel the presence of the Lord. Okay, may I ask Miss Jasmine to lead us the opening prayer? Okay, thank you, Miss Jasmine, for that heartwarming prayer. So before you take your seats, class, may I request everyone to please pick up the pieces of papers or plastics underneath your chairs and kindly arrange your chairs properly. Thank you. Once again, good morning, class. All right, how's your day today? Did you eat your breakfast? Okay, that's good to hear. So is there any absent for this morning class? Is there? None? Alright, I am glad that no one is absent for this class. So before we start our lesson for this morning, let us have first a short recap from the previous lesson that we already discussed. So anyone who can give the class a short recap from the previous lesson that we already tackled? Yes, you, Jerry? Okay, thank you, Jerry, for that short recap. So this morning, we will be discussing another lesson, which is the anecdotal record. So before we start our discussion, may I ask everyone to please read the learning objectives of this lesson? Okay, thank you, everyone. So at this time, let's now discuss our lesson for this morning, which is all about anecdotal records. Cindy, can you please read the first slide or the first slide of the introduction? Okay, thank you, Cindy. With the given statement, class, alright, this kind of record provide a specific and detailed observations of students' behavior and performances. So, through this record, okay, it helps educators or professionals to understand the unique needs and strengths of each students, because when we speak about this anecdotal record, it helps teachers to give strategies to enhance their teaching strategies in order to cope up with the behaviors of the students inside the classroom. Okay, can you please read the second statement or the second slide of the introduction, Jerry? Okay, thank you, Jerry. So remember, class, the recipient of anecdotal record are not only those who have disabilities and gifted students, but rather all students. Why? Because the goal of anecdotal record is to gather specific and actionable insight that can inform teaching strategies in order to guide the learners to be the best versions of themselves. On the other hand, it also helps learners to grow in the mainstream classes. Do you understand, class? Yes? Alright, I hope that everything is clear to all of you. So at this moment, class, let's now discuss the etymology of anecdotal record. Okay, Princess, can you please read the etymology of anecdotal record? Okay, thank you, Princess. With the given definition, class, it doesn't mean that if you have the rights to gather information from your students, may right ka na din ipagkalat ito. Hindi po ganun yan, because anecdotal records are private stories, meaning to say we don't have the rights as teachers to spread student information outside the schoolwork. Do you think, class, it's okay to share the students' information from your co-teacher in the future? Yes, can I have your idea, Jasmine? Thank you, Jasmine, for your idea. You know what, class? Educators can share necessary information only with their co-teacher while respecting students' privacy and maintaining trust. Why? Malay mo students din yung student mong may attitude sa klase. So in order to help the teacher as well, you could share some information, but those necessary information only. When you share information, class, always remember to respect the privacy of your students and respect their identity as students. So that is basically the etymology of anecdotal record, class. At this time, let's now define what is anecdotal record. Cindy, can you read the first slide? Okay, thank you, Cindy. So, this kind of record, class, is very important. Why? Because detailed observation in the life of student can help teachers tailor their instruction to better meet the needs of their students in terms of different strategies inside the classroom. So, without this record, mahihirapan si teacher na mag-adjust from different behaviors inside the classroom. So, with the help of this record, it will be easier for the teacher to discuss the lesson properly and efficiently with the help of the informations in the anecdotal record. Okay, next, who wants to read? Yes, Shara? Okay, thank you, Shara. When the students face difficulties kasi, dito na papasok si anecdotal records wherein the observed behavior during evaluation can provide concrete evidence that can guide the students in the development of target intervention. So, basically class, if wala si anecdotal record, okay, mahihirapan ang mga teachers to identify yung mga students na kailangan mag-improve at kailangan gamitan ng mga teaching strategies na mas akma sa mga behaviors ng students sa loob ng classroom. Alright, next, who wants to read? Yes, you, Edsel. Okay, thank you, Edsel. When we speak about developmental delay kasi, okay, it refers to a condition where a child does not reach developmental milestone at the expected time. So, with the help of anecdotal record, okay, it allows educators to plan learning effectively and efficiently in order to track, okay, the student's progress over of time. Without this anecdotal record kasi, hindi malalaman ng teacher kung effective pa ba yung teaching strategies na ginagamit niya inside the classroom or kailangan na itong i-adjust para sa ganun, mag-grow ulit or ma-develop ulit yung behavior ng isang student sa loob ng isang klase. Do you have any questions, class, regarding to the definition of anecdotal record? None? Alright, I hope that everything is clear to all of you. So, at this moment, let's now proceed to the characteristics of anecdotal record. Okay, Jerry, please read the first bullet. Okay, thank you, Jerry. So, with the first bullet, class, okay, it basically means that anecdotal record needs to be actual. Alright? Hindi pwede ang online, hindi pwede yung hindi face-to-face. It needs students' behavior actually in order to the teacher na i-identify kung ano yung need ng isang student, and of course, it should be uncolored feelings by means of uncolored personal feelings so that educators and professionals can ensure that these records in the anecdotal record, okay, serves as a reliable and effective information. Alright, Princess, can you please read the second bullet? Okay, thank you. Of course, it needs one incident only. And the last one, the growth and development is very important. Why? Because para matrack ni teacher yung strategies na ginagamit niya is effective pa ba? Yung strategy na ginagamit niya, dapat may progress and development ang isang student para masabing effective and efficient yung strategies na ginagamit ng teacher inside the classroom. If hindi na yun reliable or hindi na yun nakakatulong pa sa isang student, kailangan nang mag-adjust ni teacher na gumamit pa ng ibang strategies, teaching strategies inside the classroom para sa ganun, ma-develop pa yung behavior ng isang student inside the classroom. Alright, do you understand, class, the characteristics of anecdotal record? Yes? Alright, I hope that everything is clear to all of you. Do you have any questions with regards to the characteristics of anecdotal record? None? Okay, so at this time, let's now proceed to the purpose of anecdotal record. At this time, let's now discuss the purpose of anecdotal record. So, with the first bullet, class, alright, without the information from the students, of course, mahihirapan si teacher na i-assess if what strategy yung effective sa mga students. With the help of the anecdotal record, okay, malalaman ni teacher kung ano yung mga strategies na gagamitin niya inside the classroom in order to enhance the behavior of his or her students. So with the second bullet, class, of course, with the help of anecdotal record, it allows teachers to adjust from different situation, most especially kung yung mga behaviors ng student mo ay hindi na akma sa kung anumang strategies yung gagamitin mo inside the classroom. Alright, with the third bullet, class, without this kind of record, the teacher won't be able to understand his or her students realistically. So with this anecdotal record, class, with the help of anecdotal record, malalaman ni teacher yung mga behaviors ng each students niya, and with the help of these informations, alam na niya yung mga kailangan niyang gawin inside the classroom para hindi magkaroon ng chaos from students' diversity. And now for the fourth bullet, of course, if you know very well your students, okay, it will create a healthy relationship. It is like a mother to a child relationship. Dapat talaga yung patience natin as a future educator is very mahaba para hindi tayo mahirapang mag-adjust someday. So, with the help of this trait, kailangan natin i-possess tong trait na pagiging patience in order na if nasa field na tayo ng teaching, hindi na tayo mahihirapang mag-adjust pa. So, with the fifth bullet, alright, helps students to improve their behavior. Of course, with the help of anecdotal record, it creates or it allows students to grow, okay, with their behaviors inside the classroom. So, if alam na ni teacher yung mga kailangan niyang gawin inside the classroom, masusolusyonan niya agad ito with the help of anecdotal records. So, without this anecdotal record, of course, this purpose won't be able to achieve. So with this specific and detailed information class, it will not just help the teachers to do their task or do their job easily, but it also helps the students to improve their behavior inside the classroom. Alright, do you have any questions, class, with regards to the purpose of anecdotal record? None? Alright, I hope that everything is clear to all of you. So now that we are able to discuss the purpose of anecdotal record, let's now proceed to the teaching strategies for special education in terms of anecdotal records. So, Juliet, can you please read the 3 teaching strategies of anecdotal record? Okay, thank you, Juliet. The first strategy is the preparation. Of course, if you will be conducting an anecdotal record as a teacher, you need to familiarize the goals and objectives, because how can you be able to conduct an anecdotal record efficiently if you don't know, okay, what your goals are? So preparation is very important for you to be able to conduct an efficient and effective anecdotal record. Second is the observation. Of course, if you are conducting an anecdotal record during activities is much effective than in after activities. Why? Because yung mga behaviors ng bata ay mas lumalabas during activities. So as future educators, okay, we need to regularly observe our students during activities na dapat kailangan tutukan sila, hindi sa after activities. Of course, structured observation is really important then. In doing anecdotal record, you need to predetermine the criteria para mas mapadali yung trabaho natin as a teacher. So, without criteria, there are instances na baka magkaroon ng chaos sa pagkakandak natin ng anecdotal record. So, with the help of structured, okay, observation, mas malalaman natin yung mga kailangan natin i-adjust at gawin pang strategies inside the classroom. Okay, so for the last 2 strategies, can you please read Cindy? Okay, thank you, Cindy. For the 4th strategy is the goal tracking. You need also as a teacher to document the progress of your students in order for you to adjust if may need mang i-adjust ulit when it comes to your strategies in teaching the students with behavior needs. Okay, lastly is collaboration. We as their future teacher needs to collaborate with parents, therapists, etc. para mapadali yung trabaho natin. Why? Because we can't do our job well without help, especially those people who have knowledge when it comes to the behaviors of the children. So that is basically the strategies for special education in terms of anecdotal record. Do you understand, class? Yes? Alright. So do you have any question with regards to these strategies? None? Alright. I hope that everything is clear to all of you. Now that we are able to discuss the strategies for special education in terms of anecdotal record, let's now proceed to the 3 types of anecdotal records. So, who wants to read the first type of anecdotal record? Yes, you, Jessa. Okay, thank you, Jessa. With the given definition, class, when we speak about narrative record, it is basically a valuable tool for gaining a deeper understanding of individual experiences. So on the other hand, it is a written description. So here is an illustration about the narrative anecdotal record, class. So here is the illustration. As you can see in the illustration, okay, it is purely written, alright? This kind of record is a written only. So that is basically the first type of anecdotal record. So for the next type, okay, who wants to read? Yes, Yvonne. Okay, thank you, Yvonne. Checklist type of record is like the same with the questionnaire sa research na usually ay checklist, but they are different in content. So for you to better understand what is a checklist record, so here is the illustration. As you can see in this kind of anecdotal record or in this type of anecdotal record, okay, purely checklist siya. So as you can see, may mga categories siyang nakapaloob dito. So that is basically a checklist record. So for the last type of anecdotal record, who wants to read? Yes, you. Okay, thank you. The last type of anecdotal record is the ABC records, which means that this record is a powerful tool in behavioral analysis and management, contributing to more effective and efficient observation. So, for you to better understand what is ABC record, this is the illustration. As you can see, this kind of anecdotal record is a very important tool as well. So that is basically the three types of anecdotal record, class. Do you have any questions with regard to the types of anecdotal record? None? Alright, I hope that everything is clear to all of you. Jerry, can you please read the quotation just to sum up everything? Okay, thank you, Jerry. So, what do you think, class, is the connection of this quotation in our discussion about anecdotal record? Can I have your ideas? Can I have your brilliant ideas? Yes, you, Roseanne? Okay, thank you, Roseanne. Who else? Yes, you, Jasmine? Okay, that is a nice idea, Jasmine. You know what, class? This quotation simply reminds us the value and importance of anecdotal record. Because imagine, class, without anecdotal record, the job of teacher in implementing teaching strategies will be difficult. So with the help of this record, okay, it helps the teachers to maximize their capabilities and strengths to implement different strategies in the mainstream classroom. It is like the same with this code, class. It says here that keeping record enhances the chance to find good solutions. Okay, above all, we cannot deny the fact that anecdotal record is really important. Okay, keeping record and using this record for the betterment of students is essential alone. So that's the end of our discussion, class. Do you have any questions with regards to anecdotal record? None? Alright, I hope that everything is clear to all of you. By the way, your assessment and assignment will be posted on our G Classroom. Just visit our G Classroom na lang. So, may request everyone to please stand for the closing prayer. May request Miss Edsel to please lead us the closing prayer. Okay, thank you, Miss Edsel, for that heartwarming prayer. So, that's the end of our discussion, class. Thank you and have a nice morning.